Ink Ribbon.
If you're a Resident Evil fan and you're not living under a rock, chances are you've heard the news. We are officially going to get another Resident Evil remake. And if you didn't know, we're going to get another Resident Evil remake, which is great. Now, I, like you guys, am immediately, oh my god, which game is it going to be? When are they going to announce it? But we need to calm down. We need to be just chill about this. They're going to announce it in due time. I'm not just going to talk about this, by the way. I did a bit of research to help make some educated guesses for and with you guys, but just trying to make this video interesting. Okay, it's why I dressed up. So before we get too excited, it was at the PlayStation Partner Awards event in Japan. The Resident Evil 4 Remake director, Yasuhiro Ampo, this is all he said. This is the one sentence before you guys get crazy. What game we remake in the future is something that we would like to announce in the future, so please look forward to it. This is translated from Japanese. So in that sentence, we are getting a Resident Evil remake of some kind, and they're going to announce it in the future. That's all we know, which is very exciting if you're a Resident Evil fan. So the big question is, what game is it going to be? I think we all know, but let's go through it. I was looking around the internet, looking at what people were saying, and there's actually like some, in my opinion, a little outrageous answers. But one of them is Resident Evil 0. Some people are hoping for that. I'm sorry to tell you that is extremely unlikely. It's one of their most underperforming titles. So if you're a Resident Evil 0 stan, I am so sorry. Then, as much as it pains me to say this, there's Resident Evil Outbreak, which I want to cry and scream, but I don't think Resident Evil Outbreak is ever going to come back. If it does, oh my god, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to freak out. Although, I still think a Resident Evil Outbreak re-emergence or whatever, like, it was just too early for its time. It didn't even have voice chat, but playing online with friends today or playing as a community, it would just be so much better now. And it's still my opinion that Resident Evil Outbreak is the most Raccoon City Resident Evil experience of any game in the entire franchise. If it's Outbreak, I'm going to lose my mind, but it's probably not. Now, the biggest two contenders are Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil Code Veronica. And here's the thing. I want to say Resident Evil 5 is not going to get a remake. It doesn't deserve a remake. It doesn't need one. It's still like a new game, blah, blah, blah. But I thought the same thing about Resident Evil 4. I was like, Resident Evil 4, it's a masterpiece. It doesn't need to be improved. And then they did Resident Evil 4 Remake, and it was fantastic. It was amazing. And I was like, wow. So there you go. I still kind of feel that way. I feel that maybe Resident Evil 5 doesn't really need a remake. The graphics are still good enough, and plus it's been like re-released so many times pretty recently. I just don't think it warrants it. Which brings us, of course, to Code Veronica. And oh my god, just to have Claire back in the spotlight.
Hi there.
Now, here's why I think it's Code Veronica. It's not just because Code Veronica is such a beloved classic. Well, here's the thing, though. Fans love Code Veronica, the ones who actually like Code Veronica, but a lot of Resident Evil fans don't like Code Veronica. Like, as a game, they don't like it. And some people have just never even played it. Resident Evil fans, yes, you who have never played Code Veronica, you know who you are. But there's one thing that happened that is very un-Capcom-like that has me like, There was, if you recall, a fan Code Veronica remake that was being made by two developers, and they were doing an amazing job. Capcom doesn't usually shut down Resident Evil fan projects, but they did for this one. And I think it's because they're gonna, they probably had already started working on Code Veronica remake. Because Nintendo, Square Enix, they all shut down fan projects all the time, but Capcom doesn't usually. Like, they usually only do it if there's a specific reason. And I kind of got that vibe from the way that the Code Veronica project was just shut down. It was too coincidental. And I think something happened with the Resident Evil 2 remake, but I can't really remember. So those are just my thoughts. I think it's going to be Code Veronica. We have no way to know for sure. But I mean, they've already cast a new Claire anyway, you know, and a new Wesker. Now, here's where I did my research, because I wanted to know, when are we going to find out some information? When are we going to know? So looking at it, Resident Evil 2 Remake announcement happened in 2015, August of 2015. That's when they first did that We Do It video, like, we're going to make Resident Evil 2 Remake. Everybody lost their minds. We were like, oh my god. The trailer for the game, the teaser E3 trailer, did not come out until June of 2018. So that was almost 5 years from announcing that they're going to start working on it to us seeing it. Now, hold on, don't freak out like it's not going to be another 5 years, because then the game released on January 2019, which was a little less than a year later. But keep something in mind, that was them building the entire engine for Resident Evil 2 Remake from the ground up. They started from zero. Then we had Resident Evil 3 announcement in December of 2019. The trailer came out in January of 2019, and then the game released in April of 2020. But the reason that was able to go so fast was for two reasons. One, the engine was already made, but also we found out that they had been working on Resident Evil 3 Remake at the same time as Resident Evil 2 Remake. It was kind of staggered production. So that one was 2.5 years. And then fast forward to June 2022, that's when we got the announcement for Resident Evil 4 Remake. So it was like, okay. And then the game came out March 2023, so it was just under 1 year from announcement to release, which is incredibly fast. But I think it's a combination of having built the engine, having I'm sure at that point all the employees have the workflow of production done. Like it's just going to your job 9 to 5 and you got it all sorted out. But one thing to keep in mind, though, is the announcement for Resident Evil 4 Remake may have happened in 2022, but the game started development in 2021, so it's technically 2 years of work. But I think we don't know exactly when games start production. You know, it's kind of all over the place, and it's a guessing game because it's private Capcom information, of course. So if that pace is to continue today, I would probably match it up to Resident Evil 4 Remake. In late 2024 is when I guess that we will get a trailer or some sort of proper reveal. We're probably going to get some sort of announcement before that, assuming there's no leaks. So that's where we will see either a news article or a teaser trailer or some sort of reveal, like, here we go, this is what we're working on, just like they've done with the previous remakes. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to go through my notes and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Are you a Resident Evil fan who's in the market for getting a new PC? How about one of the custom Resident Evil PCs from AVA Direct that I helped design? The Outbreak build captures the aftermath of what happened in the laboratory while also providing a perfect entry-level gaming experience. Or maybe the Green Herb build is more your style. Now you can combine a PC gaming powerhouse with the healing properties of a green herb. And we can't forget the T-Virus. This PC will keep the virus safely contained and even display all the necessary information on this built-in LCD panel, so no need to worry about it getting out. All these PCs are custom made, and they've got a whole bunch of other custom PCs to fit your aesthetic. To see this collection, visit avadirect.com/inkribbon and be sure to use code INKRIBBON for 10% off your order. Links are in the description. Now, I'm open to discussion, so you guys can tell me in the comments what you think. Do you think I'm right? Do you think it is going to be Code Veronica? Do you really feel strongly that it is or should be 5? Or is there another game that realistically is probably not going to be remade, but you want to be remade, like how I feel about Outbreak? Let me know down in the comments, and we're all going to stay buckled up. I'm super excited for Resident Evil 4 VR. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to live stream or record that for you guys, because it's the whole reason I bought a PSVR 2. Which, by the way, just a thought, Resident Evil 2 Remake in PSVR 2? Capcom? Please? Anyway, okay, I'm nerding out about Resident Evil as usual, so I'll go ahead and stop talking here, but I would really love to hear what you guys think about all this, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon. And a very special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Your extra support means the world to me and helps me keep making content for you guys.